I have a I think I have a Cheshire hair in my eye. I'm pretty sure. No. Super fun. Nobody will know that sometimes you have problems getting into your own. There you go. All right, I gotta get lotion because my hands look like a crocodile. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I cannot believe it is June 5th already. My hands are really dry. The weather is, there's moisture in the air because you can feel that there's storms coming on, but it's also been like in the high 80s, so it's like really warm. And I have to put like a thick heavy cream on my hand like before I start sewing, and sometimes I have to do it like during sewing, and especially if I have to like clean, like I don't know about you, but like after a project I clean my machine like really well, like really really well, like I oil it and I do all that stuff, and then that all takes moisture out of your hands. So I don't like this lotion, but I'm trying to empty it so I can use it as a clip jar. Because wouldn't that be like the ultimate clip jar? I mean, come on. It smells gross though. It smells like apples, but not like green crisp apples. They smell like the cinnamon that you come in at Joann's during the holidays. It smells like that, like cinnamon and cloves. It's But I'm only down here. I don't have to impress anybody with my smell, so whatever. I'm not gonna waste it. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. We are one more day till Friday. I have a couple things to show you, sharing, like, show and tell. Um, I'm looking at this bottle of glue that's on a fabric that must have just tipped over, but I think I have the cap on good. I'm working on another bag today. I cut it out yesterday. Um, I think, I think I may have figured out what two bags I'm going to put into the art show. Um, my next big event thing is con. It's in Philadelphia, not Philadelphia. It's in Pennsylvania next month, and it's around this time. I have like 30 days. It's a countdown now. And the reason why I'm doing not a bag a day and I'm taking my time and making sure I make different themes and different style bags is because this particular con is it's been curated longer than I've been alive. And they pull in really interesting like guests, and they have authors, and I these people, like every time I come, they like remember almost all the work of different bags I have. They come in with older bags that they bought for me. So I want to make sure that I have like really interesting okay, that's you don't have to put it like that. I'm gonna remove you. So they wanna they want hey Leslie, they remember like different pieces of art or different bags that I make all the time, and they come in with previous works that I've done. So I wanted to do a different take on this and not bring any kind of bags that I've made before in the past, because these are the people that remember my work. So I'm taking my time with each bag and kind of giving myself like a 2 to 3 day grace period to really plot out things, bring out like my like artistic juices, and just really go ham and have a lot of detail. One of the main actors that are coming is the guy from Walking Dead, Daryl's brother, but he's also the guy that was on Guardians of Galaxies. He's been in a lot of different shows. So I'm making a Guardians of Galaxy bag next, and I'm having fun putting a couple making, I'm making it, the fabric that I have is from Backstitch. It does have his character on it. It also has Thanos, which was, it's interesting. But anyways, it has a lot of different characters, but it is mostly Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm having some fun with it, but I've been stumped because for the past 2 months I haven't figured out what bag I wanted to make. You could put up to 3 bags, or 3 pieces of art. Like some people do painting, some people make, do cards or whatever. I enter my bags, like what bag or bags do I want to put in? And I figured it out. So in Patreon, we're going to be sewing up the Johnny B. The Johnny B to me is one of the most elegant, stunning duffel bags I've ever seen. And I'm going to dismantle that. I'm going to make it one of the most rugged bags you've ever seen. I because the bag is so stunning, I want to see if I can make it into like a Star Wars or Stormtroopers or Stargate, something Star Trek bag, like you're going off to war, but within that theme. Stargate something. um and make turn it into that theme and have like really intricate pockets, something for like a blaster or a lightsaber or something along those lines. So that is my plan. So I'm going to do very few modifications depending on what theme I'm going to make it, depending on their weapon of choice. That's what's going to be modified for it. Uh, and it was because I was studying the Johnny B so heavily to see what would be, the hardest part to explain during a sew along with Patreon, that it got my creative juices flowing and said, what if this bag was made for like going off to war kind of scenarios? So I think it would be cool because there are a lot of, there's different, I like to present my bags not just for like a female or male or unisex. I want to be able, like, anyone can grab one of my bags. So I plan on doing a Johnny B, and off of that I also started thinking of 2 other bags. So because of that pattern, it sparked ideas, and I am grateful that I was able to read a pattern and it made me start thinking outside my box because I was stuck. I was in a creative stuck. Normally, creative, like I was like stunted because normally when I see a pattern, it immediately comes to me what I want to make. And then for some odd reason, I could not put a pattern that I wanted to make, want to make with for a to put into the art show. The art show is pretty cool. So I will have a booth automatically at the convention, and people will buy bags. They could pay me through PayPal, Square, whatever, cash, whatever. The art show is different. It's like a silent auction, and people put bids, and it goes to the higher bidder. I kind of like the art show because at the end of the art show, I get to know who bought it, and in 2 weeks, I get a check from the the function as it is. So it's like I get to leave with a large sum of money that I get for my booth, and then like 2 weeks later, I get a check for another amount, which I personally like because it's like, oh, more money coming from another area. So it's pretty cool because you get to see like how like bidding wars go for your bags. And like the first year I did it, there wasn't a bidding war, and then like every year it progressively gets better. So I'm hoping that if I do something big and bold like a duffel bag, that there will be a bidding war because I think it's cool to have luggage into a nerdy theme because there's not a whole bunch of nerdy luggage. So just my thought. So let's see. Good morning. All right, so I have something to show you guys. Hold on. I have like the worst cotton mouth. These allergy meds are not loyal. I have something to show you. I don't know if you guys seen this because I watched a couple different people do YouTube lives, and I haven't seen anybody do that. Oh, sorry, just haven't seen a lot of people do this. So I have my WAWAK, WAWAK, you know what I'm talking about, catalog, and I'm going through it as one does. I'm marking, I'm circling things, dog earring things. And then I come across something. I'm like, wait, what is this? And I was like, oh, no, no, no. Because I heard so many like sewing influencers, sewing enthusiasts, sewing people in Facebook, met in person, uh, people ask for this, and I haven't seen anybody actually use this. Um, I'm going to order this. So I ordered it. Um, they're they're relatively close. So I ordered it on. I think I ordered it. Okay, because I got it yesterday. So I ordered it on Tuesday and I got it on Wednesday. Anytime I order anything, if I was to order something today, I will get it tomorrow. Perfect. Thank you so much. With the Cheshire cat. So like, so if you that because they're I don't know, they're relatively close to me. So it's like it's like they're my own personal Amazon. If I need oil, I can order it today, it'll be here tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. So I immediately get the box, I rip things open. I don't know about you, but whenever I get anything from them, it's like, good morning. It's like Christmas. I don't know. I open it up. I open up my tape. I inhale my tape. My kids cannot stand the smell. I swear, if any of you like people make a candle or some kind of aromatherapy with the tape, hey, Pop Pop, you're not supposed to be in here. I know. I know. You're my favorite person. And no way. You just go to Daddy, okay? I know I'm on a live. You just knocked down a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. So I get it, and I open up my tape, I inhale the tape. I'm like, someone needs to make like a scented room smell of this because I like the smell of the tape. Don't judge me. I like the smell. It means projects are gonna get done. Loki, go to Dad. All right. Ready? What? This roll of tape will not be like its fellow ancestor and have Loki hair all over it, or curly hair, or fur. Unlike its ancestor, it will be lint free. What? It doesn't go with the 1/8 of an inch 1/8 of an inch, but it goes to the 1/4, the ½ inch, the 1 inch, and so on and so forth. What the hell? Why has no one talked about this? Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll put this up. I'm going to put the link. I don't have it. There's no affiliate link. So let me link you to this so you can get this. I think we need a tutorial on how we can dye this or paint this different colors. I don't mind the black but I feel like, what? I just feel, I'm going to get you guys a link right now. This is why you pay attention to the catalog, people. Okay, so what? This tape going forward, unlike its ancestors, wouldn't be lint free. It has a 3-inch center. Yes. Lady Fair. Yes. Yes. And then it comes with Loki knockdown. It comes with like 2 of them. It comes with these little bands. There's 5 of them, and you put them in between so you can have multiple tapes. So you can have your 1/4, your ½ inch, your 3/4 of an inch, and so on and so forth. I think I put one of I think if it's also other people's tape. This is Cell Rights, I think. So you're welcome, guys. I read. You read. Reading's fundamental. I look through the catalogs when I'm bored. So yes, there is. I put the link in the comment section, and I put it in the description box for the people that are watching this afterwards. You're welcome. There's no affiliation. I just like to share. So I think we need to have this thing there. The screws are like the welting screws, so we can't unscrew this, but I think we scotch tape this part, we can have some fun and like make it into this. I'm going to call this Death Star because it just destroyed everything in the world to me in the best kind of way. So like, yeah, and it's easy to come off and on because this is a like a pipe, like a pipe. So they just have, you just pull it up and down. It's not going to be hurting anyone for that has arthritis. And if you look through here, see me? It's just like a regular tape dispenser because this is where the bar would be if for regular tape. It's pretty ingenious. I don't know how long they have had it, but I haven't seen anyone have it. So I was like, let me show them. Yeah, tape will be better. It does not fit the 1/8 of an inch one, but all the other ones it does. So yeah. Today's a proud day. We mark this day, June 5th, that our tape will be now lint free. We could take a moment of silence if you want. So, let's see. Yes, 3-inch center. You have that. I know. I seen the one for the sublimation tape. It's like a big chunky one. But the thing is, the one I have one for the sublimation tape. It just when the rolls are bigger like this, mine didn't fit. It fit the 1/4 of an inch, but not like when I got into the bigger tapes. Yeah. All right, so Katie's on board, then she knows what's up too. This is when you guys sign up for the WAWAK calendar, calendar. It would be interesting. No, I mean, if you sign up for the catalog, really look through it. They have new things all the time, and when I seen that, I was like, interesting. I literally ripped the page out, put it on my wall, so that way, as soon as I ordered from WAWAK, I was like, yeah, I'm getting. That's the first thing I'm getting. It is a little bit more pricier, but this is why I wanted it. I have Cheshire hair, old tape, vinyl, more Cheshire hair, and old threads. This could have been prevented if it was on something. And it is what it is. Every time I see someone else have one, they either like try to keep in the same plastic bag, which if there are any other content creators in here that do so live or so pre-recorded, it is annoying when you have to rip it out and you hear it in the thing. Like you either have to edit that sound out or you have like you're like editing it out period when you have to pre-tape everything and it's just a whole big hassle. So like I have tape that I have when I'm only sewing like a tape video, like when I'm taping, because it is what it is. Like it is what it is. So, but now that I have this, I'm like, yeah, I'm really excited about it. It is a little bigger, but it also has a nice weight to it. It's not going to be something that you can just knock off your table. It's pretty hefty. So, and it's not cheaply made at all. But I'm curious to see how we can repaint them. I think it'll be fun because you know a lot of people are repainting their Jukies or their machines. I'm not one of those people that can patiently wait for that. I have no patience with that. But I can patiently wait for this because we waited for it for so long. So I'm going to ask Kendall how we could paint this and I'm going to let him do like a scratch test to see if we can do just like a base paint with like aerosol paint or if we have to do something else, or I might order a second one and let him have at it to see what he says will be good because I think it'll be fun to paint them in different colors. But I'm not mad at the black. The black is sleek. I'm here for it. I'm just excited that there's something that helps me to prevent having like Cheshire cat hair all over the place on it. Does it have sharp teeth? Yes. Yes. And it looks like, and what I like about this, it looks like WAWAK is ahead of the game because these are screws. I mean, there's screws right here, regular Phillips screws right here, so that you could take this off and replace it in case it does get dull. You just ordered it too. And I was like, and there's no, I seen that. I was like, shut the front door. And I didn't want to tell you guys about it until I actually physically had it in hand because like, what if it sucked? And I was like, sorry, you just spent some money on something that I didn't see. Yeah, it's a very zen moment, right? Like you're like, what? Yes, I have. I had some bad batches, and I've made it quite clear. I'm a person that I am vocal. Like I said, there is a I always say light and good in things, but when something is a little off, I do say it. The last batch before the one I had now, I had pieces where some double-sided tape was just like MIA, or it wasn't sticking to the paper. It was like sticking to the front of the paper, and it sucked. There I would have to roll all the way around and get a good batch, and I felt like half the DST did not work. They apologized. They did send they offered to send some more out. They have said themselves that sometimes that happened, but I've also had bad DST from Cellrite. I've had bad DST just from like small mom and pop things. I think that's just the name of the game, kind of like paper or anything that is manufactured. Sometimes you can just get bad batches. I've had bad thread. I've had literally bad thread from even superior thread. I've had bad thread. And like if you ever had a bad spool of thread, it can make you feel like it's you. Like you are messing up. Like I'm not sewing right. And it has nothing to do with you. It's a very normal thing. Sometimes something bad, you just have a bad batch of something. It has nothing to do with you. Yeah, mine's is full of lint all the time. And then when someone's like, mine's is lint free, I'm like, bombastic side eye. Because, like, really? If you have a cat or dog or any kind of small child, or you have hair, I'm sorry, unless you have like your hair in a net and it does not, you have like, you go into your thing with a full net, everybody sheds hair every single day. This is how they find DNA evidence at a murder scene or a crime scene. So there's no way you could tell me there is not one piece of my hair a in a DST, because I'm like, how do they find hair at a crime scene? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's going to be in your DST. Like if you gave it to a lab, they will find your DNA all over this. Like like all over it. So yeah, it's going to be there. It just, I like DST all over the place too. My favorite DST from I like 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so I know a lot of people like to put like Alexis can put 1/4 of an inch and like somehow do a whole like 1 inch strap with it. I can't master that. I don't know how she does it. And then one day when I see her again in person, because I've only met her once in person, I'm gonna make her show me how she does it, because I don't know how she does it. Now, I could do it with 3/8 of an inch, and the only person I know who sells 3/8 of an inch hyperstick is Cellrite, and I love their 3/8 of an inch. And it on camera, it looks like it's 1/4 of an inch, but it's not. It's 3/8 of an inch. And I could tell you that 1/8 of an inch helps, because when I hit it down the center, it has that 1/8 of an inch right on the center. And then when I fold it over, so that way you have that 1/8 of an inch mark, that gap, is exactly 1/8 of an inch on both sides. That's how I do it. I don't know how people do the magicry of 1/4 of an inch, because the math does not make sense to me. If you put 1/4 of an inch directly on the center line there, and you're supposed to have a 1/8 of an inch gap, you're only allowing 1/16 of an inch for your fabric to adhere. I'm not that good. I don't have Harry Potter magic. And I'm just like, what? But if you give me 3/8 of an inch, I can definitely work with that. So that's when I found out that Cellrite offers 3/8 of an inch. And yeah, that is my go-to. I buy 3/8 of an inch from Cellrite, and it's cool. And I think they also offer 5/8 of an inch. And whenever I get a little like, yeah, sometimes I like 5/8 of an inch. I don't know. I like weird measurement tapes. I don't know. That's what I do. So, all right. So, you guys been waiting for the Joseph. Let me go ahead and get this link for it. Not an affiliate. I do, I don't know. On the pattern, it says a man's bag, but when I went to go look yesterday, I don't know if they changed it or not. It doesn't say a man's bag on the website. So I don't know. Maybe someone heard and they changed. I'm not too sure. But it's definitely a unisex bag. My I asked my daughter, I asked my daughter Faith, and my Faith said to her she feels like the size feels more feminine. When I showed my middle child says that it's unisex, that it depends on the fabric or how you like the color choices and how you the theme of the bag. My son said, who is 13, said that he feels like it's for like a toddler, a boy toddler, that he wouldn't personally wear it because it looks like a bag that he grew out of. And or like he said that it would also depend, because he said if it was part of like a cosplay, like if he was like Floofy from One Piece, he would wear it because it looks like it could be like a scavenger's bag, but he wouldn't wear it on a day-to-day basis. Like he would wear it as part of a costume, which is interesting. And you like to get different people's perspectives from different age groups, because then it gets interesting. But here we go. Mine is a Jurassic Park theme. Now, grant you, it's not a Jurassic Park theme all the way around. I have had these badges for a while, and it's pretty cool because if your phone can read these QR codes, they actually do like go to different parts of Jurassic Park's computer systems from the 1993 Jurassic Park. Like one goes to that if you watch Jurassic Park, you know, and the other one goes to the computer database that Samuel Jackson was trying to hack into. I used leather right here, and I created this nice T-Rex Jurassic Park symbol. I actually, your girl was feeling bold. I guess I was getting frustrated, so I did top stitch down here, and I went around and over here. But then for some odd reason, I was like, oh man, it would look really cool if I go 1/4 of an inch in and around. But it has magnets. I was playing like Russian roulette with the devil or something, but I did it. I got it. I don't know how I did it. When I looked how close the magnets were, I was playing. So on the back, I like how this back pocket comes together. You take a piece of the lining and you take the exterior and you kind of give a different color. So she teaches you a lot in this pattern how to bring 3 colors together. And the third color I use is like mustard yellowish kind of color as well. I like the fact that this is not a hidden connector. The connector is here on the bottom, and then there's a rivet inside. And then on top of it, you have top stitching right here. So you have a nice reinforced like connector. It's not going to go anywhere. And for the size of the bag, you could probably get away with a 3/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch. I'm not going to lie. You have a nice open slip pocket. It's not going to gate because, again, it's not going anywhere. So when you open up the bag, you have a beautiful, nice, this is where they had the tablet. It has to be an iPad mini because when I went onto the website, she has an iPad, a phone, and a watch in there saying that all these things could fit in here. In the first picture, it's like this on its side with the iPad mini in here. Inside, you have an area you can put your cell phone, some pins, and you have like a little key thing, like a key fob. Love that because, you know, key fobs are important. Some people lose their keys, and it's just a nice detail to add. But again, I feel like it has to be, I did not check an iPad mini size. Hold on. I have a ruler. So this pocket is 6.5 inches deep. My phone is 6.5 inches. You see what I'm talking about? Like my phone is 6.5 inches and 3.25 inches wide. So this is 9.25 inches. So I mean, it could hold a tablet, but it's only 6.5 inches deep. Inside, you have a welt pocket, which I'll circle back to that, and you have a zippered. Look at this, sorry, zipper pocket. And that it's also a slip pocket. And you have a nice, you know, open compartment where I think you could definitely put something in the seam right here, like elastic to hold like a Coke can or something. Inside, inside this pocket, your bag's about a 9.25 inches deep inside. Again, super cute bag. If this bag was double in size, I think I would be super ecstatic with it, because somebody could hold a computer in here. And that's what I get a lot of my masculine people that ask me to make them a bag. That's what they're usually asking to do, to making them a bag to hold their computer or their Nintendo Switch. And I haven't got my hands on the new Nintendo Switch to see the measurements for that. And I could see this being possibly a Nintendo Switch thing, because you can add like a mesh pocket up here to have like to hold like cords. And instead of making this in like this, you can add like a pockets in here to put the games, add additional padding. But this bag is tiny and it has a lot of pockets, so it's tiny but mighty. It's super cute. I'm not gonna lie, it is adorable, and it comes together like a row of dominoes. As soon as you cut out all the pieces, as soon as you hit that first domino, it just effortlessly comes together. It like I said, Shamballa has this very interesting way of writing. It's kind of like Swoon. She doesn't have a whole lot of long instructions, or even a lot of pictures, but it's very easy to put her stuff together, because she has this fluency in her patterns to make you feel rest assured that you could put them together. And when you're done, you're like, holy heck, I made this. It looks so awesome. And that is a skill that a lot of people don't have, and she definitely has it. My issue is the picture in the front. The picture in the front is kind of deceiving. It feels like you get catfish. You are getting this great bag. It's just, I feel like, one, she needs to have the measurements on the bag on the front, and two, maybe take a picture that actually really showcases the bag in a more accurate lighting. Like, I don't know if it was photoshopped to make it look like it was bigger. I don't know if it's just me that's thinking that, because this is small. I understand that I am a plus size person, and I'm also 5'9". I'm tall for a woman, but when you really look at the spool of thread compared to a backpack, and if you try to hold the spool of thread up against to an average male size is what, 5'8", this wouldn't look very large next to a hip of a man. So like, the picture to me just looks a little, something's off. Like, even with that 3/4 of an angle shot, like it feels like I got catfish. It feels like somebody was appropriately, like, it looks as good as the bag. It's just the size dynamic just feels like it's a little bit off. So she knocked it out of the park with the bag. The bag is as a stunner. Like, round of applause. And again, dominoes. Like, she as soon as you start sewing it, it all comes together. She does do this interesting thing, like with the welt pocket. She does have the standard single welt pocket, but it's not within the pattern. You have to print it out, or like have the PDF up on your tablet or on your computer, and then hit it and then follow it. That's on the website. So I'm not a big fan of that. I like more when a designer has all those links with, like, have all that information within the pattern. It kind of breaks your stride. Like, you're going through and you're almost done. You're almost done. When you're on your lining, you're almost done. And then they're like, you need to go to the website and learn how to do a welt pocket. And you're like, what? To me, it's just like, if you already have it on your website, you can just insert it into the thing, not a link, but just insert it into the pattern. Like I said, there is a lot of pattern pieces. There's a lot, but even though there's no alphabetical letter system for the pattern pieces, the way she labeled each one, it wasn't confusing whatsoever, which is interesting. You made yours into a bicycle theme bag. Yeah, it's super cute. This is a super cute bag. I'm not gonna lie. And the only part because I used two waterproof canvas, the only part that I actually put stabilizer in, or like some kind of foam, well, fleece, and it was the flap. The rest, there's no stabilizer in because the bag is tiny. Like it is super tiny. Unless if you're doing it with cotton, I could totally see you using fleece or foam. But if you're using like waterproof canvas and vinyl, you really don't need it. It is small. Like it is tiny. I'm trying to give something that's more like relatable in size. Like this is, I need to give this back to Faith. This is a wallet. Like, it is tiny. This is an average size like drinking mug. It's a tiny wallet. I mean, a tiny bag. It's tiny. It's very, very tiny. This is a six-inch scissors. Like it's tiny. So it it's a tiny bag and it's cute and I feel like it's going to get sold as soon as I have it out there. It was fun to make it, like, but it's just tiny. I feel like I said catfish. So today's bag I'm going to be making is a try and true. I haven't made it in 4 years. Is the Marigold from Blue Calla. I have actually never made it with the tablet case slip pocket, so I'm going to be doing that. And again, I'm going to be doing that one in Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's going to be fun. And then I have a little bit to clean in the workroom, and then I'm going to start sketching out my art bag that I would like to make from the Johnny B. Yeah, and I'm working on the calendar for Patreon today, so I have like a little things here and there to do, but not too much. I think the Marigold bag may take me until like 1. I have everything fused together. It's now of sewing it and making sure that the stitches are top notch. I love the way that bag comes together. It's just a fun bag to make because it's like a mini messenger bag, and it is mini, but it is super cute. It could fit a tablet, and Celine has a lot of different slip pockets throughout it, and there's only one zipper pocket. I'm just stuck on stupid because I know I have an actual cassette like tape, like this is a zipper pull, and I can't find it, and it drives me nuts. The hardest part for me is collecting all my all the stuff that I have to make sure that I can move forward, like all my hardware, my zippers, everything. And I cannot find this one zipper pull that I know can tie this whole bag together. And it's a 1980s cassette tape. And I'm like, if I don't find, I have an Avengers pull, but I just want this one zipper pull because there's only one zipper pull in this whole entire bag. So yeah. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Oh, Diane, I didn't even think of that. Huh. I didn't even think of that. Diane is very, very right. It could have been done on AI. Very true. I didn't even think that is, I'm not saying it is, but I could understand where it is because like when my husband, when I was done, when he came home and he looked at the bag and looked at that, he was like, just something feels a little off because, and I was like, it could be me. I'm tall, my husband's tall, I'm fluffy, and so maybe I'm not looking at it at the right perspective. But when my son said he put it next to him, he's just like it just and he's like 5'4" right now because he's like 13. He was like, it just feels like something I grew out of. Like you made this bag and it was really nice and I grew out of it. He made a fair point. Like he's like, honestly though, if you want to make me a pirate one for my cosplay, I was like, for one time of the year, what? No, no. This thing has like 50 pieces. I'm glad that I'm glad that you noticed it too. I think it's important to talk. I love talking about the good, but I also like to talk about like the unusual aspects of it because sometimes I think we think it's just us, and it's not. It's not just us. Sometimes it's something that we got to talk about. It could be, yeah, Yeah, very true, Arnetta. You're and then this I could see being a really nice one. And if, like I said, if you put elastic or like a water bottle sleeve or something, you could definitely fit like a little 8-ounce water bottle or even just like a regular sized water bottle in here. It would fit 100%. So that is it, guys. I hope everyone has a really good Thursday, and I'll see you on Friday, and I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Bye.